Now, ever since the release of Star Wars The Last Jedi by writer and director Rian Johnson, a lot of people have been very upset with the way things are going within the sequel trilogy, and exactly what Rian did for the character of Luke Skywalker and other plot elements in The Last Jedi. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, tonight, Twitter is blowing up. A lot of people are talking about what's going on with Rian Johnson's trilogy. It is a big subject tonight, and there are a lot of hints and clues that Rian Johnson is actually stepping down from his new Star Wars trilogy. Now, to this day, we still never got 100% confirmation on his actual trilogy being cancelled. However, in this scenario, the word that's going around right now and what's happening on the internet, it's a big deal right now on Twitter, Facebook, everywhere, about Rian Johnson actually stepping down from his new Star Wars trilogy and the franchise itself. So if you guys would like to go ahead and check out all of those Twitter links below in the description and in the comments, go ahead and check them out. I'm going to read a couple of them to you guys right now. So the first one goes over, major director is apparently no longer attached to massive IP. Thank God. That's what one person had to write. These are all from media outlets, by the way. Another person posted a GIF of course, Obi-Wan Kenobi with some dialogue saying, I felt a great disturbance in the Force. Another goes over, uh-oh, some news is about to drop that is going to make me sad, and a lot of trolls happy, stand by. Additionally, I know exactly what this is about, and if I say any more, I shall be killed, so my lips are sealed. And there's other Twitter posts showing sad faces and gifs to the Star Wars franchise itself. So a lot of people are talking on the internet right now about what's going on with Rian Johnson's new trilogy, and that it's not necessarily getting cancelled per se by Disney and Lucasfilm, but that Rian Johnson is stepping down from the actual new Star Wars trilogy. Now, like I say, this is not concrete as of right now. It's just a lot of talk happening on Twitter and a lot of discussions going around, but this is big. Apparently, we're going to get the news very, very soon. This is basically the rumbles right now of what's going on and exactly what's coming our way. Quite possibly later tonight, or maybe even tomorrow morning, we're going to hear the official news of exactly what's happening with the actual Star Wars trilogy involving Rian Johnson. Now, like I say, this is very intriguing for sure because we haven't heard too much about Rian Johnson's trilogy in months, right? I mean, we haven't gotten any updates. Even Bob Iger, the head of Disney, right? He is the CEO. He has actually pretty much, gone out of his way to not even mention Rian Johnson or his new trilogy, and I believe the reason being is because Rian has had discussions with, of course, the head of Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, and the head of Disney, Bob Iger, on wanting to get out. Now, a lot of word that's happening right now is because, of course, that Rian Johnson is stepping down from the negative feedback of The Last Jedi. Now, like I say, a lot of this may not be concrete, but this is a big deal right now. It is huge on Twitter. It's huge on the internet. A lot of media outlets are talking about it and are very upset and or very happy about this news. And we're going to be hearing about all of this, pretty much either later tonight or tomorrow morning or afternoon at the latest. So, honestly, guys, I will say that I honestly was not looking forward to Rian Johnson's new trilogy. I would have to say that I'm more focused on the trilogy by the creators of Game of Thrones, David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, and after all the problems with The Last Jedi and the things that I did not agree with in that movie, I would definitely have to say it's kind of a relief, to have Rian Johnson pretty much parting ways from the Star Wars franchise. Now, I will say I'm not out here to hurt anybody at all whatsoever, Rian is Rian, but I will say what he did with The Last Jedi, I feel like that none of that should have ever happened at all. He really should have honestly done a lot of major differences in the script of the film and treated the character of Luke Skywalker differently. So if you guys liked The Last Jedi, that is perfectly fine and okay and all. I totally am open to anybody who has their own opinion, that's fine. But as for me, I had a lot of issues with Episode 8, The Last Jedi. On my first viewing, I was kind of like, let me give it a second viewing. Maybe I'll change my mind. I gave it a second viewing, and I just still had issues with parts of the movie. So anyways, guys, I know that a lot of people are going to start talking about this. A lot of people are pretty much, going into a lot of different conversations on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube right now. A lot of people are on this, and, it's going to be big. It's going to be something that a lot of people are either going to be very happy about or very sad about when it comes to Rian Johnson. Again, like I say though, none of this is 100% concrete as of yet, so do take this with a grain of salt. Now, this also raises a big question. If Rian Johnson is stepping down from his new trilogy, trilogy. Does that mean that Disney and Lucasfilm are going to cancel this trilogy altogether? Or are they going to put somebody else on board to write and direct these 3 Star Wars movies and do something totally different? That's a big question for sure, open on the table. In my opinion, they should continue the Skywalker saga. They should create another Skywalker that's either a descendant of, let's say, for example, Ben Solo, that could carry on that Skywalker/Solo legacy for the Star Wars franchise. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No, I'm not the one from night to moon.